And welcome back. Toronto housing prices continued to drop in December, but the value of condos and detached homes with yards are still on the rise. Now, is this a trend for other markets as 2018 kicks off? We're going to ask the agents. David Hutchison is with the Sutton Group West Coast. Rick DeClute is with Union Realty Brokerage in Toronto. Rick, I will begin with you. Happy New Year to the both of you, first off.
Thanks, Scott. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Rick, is Toronto, did it end the year with some strength or on a high or what?
Overall, we ended with some strength, definitely. We saw an extreme growth in the first half of the year, particularly the first quarter, and there was some correction throughout the year, but we ended up in a good position. Overall, there was healthy growth in the market across the GTA, some areas more so than others, but I believe it was about 12% on average we were up. So that's a good gain, certainly.
David, what are the overall yearly numbers saying about Vancouver?
In Vancouver, listings were down, so inventory was down, and sales were down compared to the last 2 years. They were up over the 10-year average. Prices overall were up 15%. Houses, detached houses, up about 9%, and condos really taking the lead, up a little over 20%.
Now, Rick, when it comes to something like the stock market, there's a lot of talk always about a bull market. Is there a bull market in real estate, and can it go on forever? I know there was a blip in 2008.
There was a blip, and I believe that's where we saw the bull market was in, well, earlier this year, 2017 is where we saw a bull market, and that very quickly corrected itself as well. So, no, it's more supply and demand. It's more market fundamentals is what we're seeing driving the market here in Toronto.
Now, David, is this year expected to be one of a bit of an adjustment?
This year's going to be very interesting. As we know, we have the federal government with their new mortgage rules coming in. The municipal government has the empty homes tax, which they're starting here in Vancouver in February. And the new provincial government was basically ran on kind of reforming the real estate situation here now, which is quite pricey. They're going to announce some reforms in February along with their budget. So everyone's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with that.
Now, David, all those three things that you mentioned, if they all take effect at the same time and sort of kick in, does this take some of the air out of Vancouver?
Well, everyone's, I think, is kind of in a holding pattern right now and really waiting to see what this provincial government's going to do. This is a new government. They basically ran on doing something about this red-hot real estate market. There's a big detach between prices and local incomes. It's hard for local people to find homes, people that are working here. So there might be some kind of a speculator investor tax, and we're all waiting to see what's going to happen.
Rick, as you know, when people have a job, they can buy housing. The job numbers are on fire completely. Do they set a path for the housing market, do you think?
Absolutely. The job market, the economy itself sets a path for housing, and we're anticipating it to be strong again. I believe the provisions that the government's put in place will take some of the edge off the market. In reviewing the sales we had through 2017, we found less than 10% of the people purchasing would have been affected by what we're seeing come into 2018.
We're in the slow month of January, but the whole year ahead for you guys. Rick DeClute in Toronto, David Hutchison in Vancouver. Thank you very much and Happy New Year.
Scott, thank you.
You too.